Hello there, you're watching Lunchtime News. Before we head into the stories in detail, here's a look at the headlines for this afternoon. COPE report on 15 state entities to be presented to Parliament. Sri Lankan Airlines employee arrested for the possession of jewellery worth 26 million rupees. Blast heard along the southern parts of the country last night caused due to a meteoroid, says Professor Chandana Jayaratne. First up on your lead story this afternoon, Chief Opposition Whip and leader of the JVP addressing the adjournment debate in Parliament today called for the project on the Central Expressway to be halted immediately and that a parliamentary select committee be appointed to probe the project, while noting that there were many irregularities in the tender process and that it was conducted with a number of hidden agendas. Anrukumar Disanaik also wanted that once completed, the Central Expressway would cost in excess of 250 billion rupees, a far cry from the estimated 135 billion. Meanwhile, the COPE report on 15 state-owned enterprises were presented to Parliament today by its chairman, COPE MP Sunil Handunethi.
Mr. Speaker, if we consider the institutions that we have included in this report, they are crucial to the national economy. They include the Cooperative Wholesale Society, People's Bank, CPC, Sri Lanka Ayurvedic Drugs Corporation, NLB, Fisheries Corporation, ITN, UGC and Hingurana Sugar Factory. I need to reiterate that there needs to be accountability on the matters we have mentioned in the report through the subject ministers and the secretaries to the ministries. There is no point in presenting such reports to Parliament. There won't be any confidence in these reports or Parliament if action is not being taken by the ministries based on our findings. I ask the Speaker to publish this report on the Parliament website and also call for it to be printed in all 3 languages.
I
will pay special attention to the matters mentioned by the chairman. The Finance Ministry has already prepared a separate unit to examine these reports and take necessary steps. I hope that they will take action in this regard.
Now on to a very interesting report that startled us southerners last night. Astronomers say that a fireball-type meteorite could have caused the explosion which was heard in the southern province yesterday. And the explosion was accompanied by a bright light which sparked across the southern coastline at around 8 p.m. last night.
Residents across many parts of the southern coastline gave accounts detailing the explosion.
දරුවොත් එක මෙතන ඉන්නකොට එලියක් ගියා මේ පැත්තෙන් ඒක හැබැයි ගියේ සිරස් අතට ඒක මහා පිපුරුම් හඬක් ඇහුණා අපිත් මේ බය වෙලා ඉන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා මේ සමහරකට උල්කාස්මයක් නම් ඉහළ පහළටනේ මේක හරහට ගියේ මේ අපි මේ බය වෙලා ඉන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා ගොඩාක් දුරේක ගියා ඒක මහා පිපුරුම් හඬකුත් ඇහුණා.
The area residents of Ambalipitia, Gaul and Anuradhapura had also experienced a fall of the look-alike meteor to a certain degree.
සද්දයක් ඇහුණා මම හිතුවා අහස ගොරවල එකපාරටම ලොකු වැස්සක් එන්න හදනවා කියලා ඒ වුණාට බලනකොට වැස්සක් එන බවක් පේන්න තිබුණෙත් නැහැ ඒ හැම කෙනෙකුටම වගේ අපේ මේ වීරකැටිය ආසන්න හැම ගමකම අයට මේ සද්දේ ඇහිලා තියෙනවා.
Assistant Director of the Disaster Management Centre Pradeep Kodipalli confirmed the noise was not a result of an earthquake.
මම මේ යන්තමට වගේ දැක්කේ ඒත් ලොකු එලියක් හින්දා අපි හිතුවා ඉතින් දේවතා එලියක්ද කියලා මොකද අපි මීට කලින් ඒ වගේ ලොකු එලියක් දැකලා තිබ්බේ නැහැ.
The anti-Saitam People's Movement distributed handbills at the Fort railway station this morning.
The movement called on the government to immediately resolve the issues surrounding the Saitam private medical campus.
Now on to a story that made it to the headlines this afternoon. A staff member of Sri Lankan Airlines has been arrested at the Bandaranaike International Airport in Katunayake for the possession of jewellery worth 26 million rupees. Customs media spokesperson Sunil Jayaratne said that seizure of gold jewellery weighed around over 5 kilograms. And Jayaratne added the suspect, who was arrested upon arrival early this morning, was being interrogated. Human action has led to the high catchment areas of the Ma Oya to the brink of destruction.
The Maoya, the third largest catchment zone after the Mahaveli and Kalani rivers, is at the risk of being destroyed due to the disposal of garbage and illegal constructions. The Maoya Kudaoya Conservation Organization said that the improper usage of land is also another cause to this imminent destruction. The organization says large amounts of waste has collected in catchment areas of the Maoya from the Arunaka area.
The Maoya is nourished from the catchment areas of Ambalankanda and Arunaka, where the source of the river is. This water flows for 131 kilometers before flowing into the ocean. One day there will be an outbreak of yellow fever and hepatitis in the Arunaka area, the high pollution being the cause.
Now moving on to a story to do with Security Defence Secretary Kapila Vaidyaratna paid homage to the temple of the Sacred Tooth relic in Kandy yesterday.
That is completely false. We have only one law. That is how various people view or interpret things. There is only one law that applies to all citizens. There are some special circumstances, but I need to reiterate that there is only one law that is being implemented, and we will not allow any changes to occur.
Now, News First has brought to your attention before of roads and infrastructure that has been in a dilapidated state. Onto a story with regard to it. The road from Rasvera to Galnava is also in a severely dilapidated state, and our correspondent said the massive potholes had caused severe disruption for vehicular movement there. However, yesterday locals in the area were given a sigh of relief as renovation activities on the road had commenced.
Our correspondent said despite constant requests to the authorities to renovate the road, the matter fell onto deaf ears. Due to the failure of the authorities to address the issue, the Mulan Natwa Youth Organization took the matter into their own hands and commenced renovating the road from Rasvehera to Galnava through a Shramadana campaign. The renovation process on the 3-kilometer stretch of road began with religious observances at the Mulan Natwa Viharaya. The Shramadana campaign, which commenced last morning, proceeded towards the evening. Backhoe machines and tractors were provided by the residents themselves, while elders in the area provided assistance to the youths.
A patient receiving in-house treatment at the Varakapola Base Hospital died after falling off the 4th floor of one of its buildings. Now, police investigations are currently underway to ascertain to find out whether or not it was a suicide. Our correspondent said the incident occurred at around 3:10 this morning. The patient was admitted to the intensive care unit of the hospital following the fall, but succumbed to his injuries. The 36-year-old patient was a resident of Danovita, Kabulugala, and on the 15th of this month, the patient had received treatment for a stomach-related illness at the number 10 ward of the hospital. The coroner's inquest was conducted at the Varakapola Base Hospital, following which the body of the victim was transferred to the Kegaul Hospital for the post-mortem.